Woohoo! Yeah! Now this is modding! This video is sponsored by Eniba.com, a fairly new online marketplace where you can get game keys and gift cards for PC, Xbox, PSN, Nintendo and much more. Check out the fantastic weekly deals with up to 70% off. Use the code Ikari during the registration to get another 3% off of every purchase and have a fun time gaming. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Skyrim mods and more. So as I was searching for interesting mods to review, I noticed that there are actually a lot of quest mods I have not reviewed yet, and I thought if those quest mods flew under the radar for me, they probably did so for other people as well. Unfortunately, quest mods often get way less attention and endorsements than simple outfit and follower mods, so let's change that. The first quest mod we are going to take a look at is Pathanax quest expansion. There are a lot of similar mods out there which add options to the well-known problem of how to deal with the blades and Pathanax. This is just because the vanilla game dealt very one-sided with this situation and didn't give us enough options. The quest mod is fully voiced and adds a lot of dialogue and also good reasoning to both sides of the equation. So for this mod to work, you obviously need to install it before you start the Paarthurnax quest. And once you do, the base question obviously still remains: to kill or not to kill? This be the party question. You will be able to have a lengthy conversation with Pathanax and discuss the problem before you need to make a decision.
But why? I am old. Time flows ever onward. Long years I have lived here, at the peak of the Monavin, the most sacred mountain in Skyrim. A fine place to die, as the spirit endures. Till then, I meditate on the Rotmulag, the words of power.
Even if you do decide to end the party snacks here and now, he will show understanding and actually support your decision. This time, however, you will get a proper boss fight including him and two of his new students, who are not very fond of your idea to kill their new master. And if you do decide to believe Pathanax, you will have to convince Delphine and also Esbern in a lengthy conversation to think that way too. What I like about this mod in particular is that this involves somewhat raising your voice a little and reminding them who they are actually speaking to.
No, we are the protectors of the Septim Emperors, sworn to protect and guard the Dragonborn. The Blade's memory is long, as you know. Yes, and we serve the Dragonborn. Huh, are you sure? I hope you're right about Paarthurnax. I really do. I don't like it. But I guess that isn't important. I'm one of the last members of the Blades. Which means I have no other choice. My oath binds me to you, Dragonborn.
I mean, as I mentioned before, the Blades also provide very valid points, including possible manipulation and the fact that the Dragonborn will not live forever and is the only one who could stop Paarthurnax if he decides to become evil like Alduin. But personally I think if another crisis should actually arise, a new Dragonborn will be chosen anyway. So in the end, the decision for the present should be ours alone.
Good. That's the end of that.
Well, I'm glad we were able to settle this. And with that out of the way, onwards to the next mod, Skyrim Fighters Guild. Okay, this one was originally released in 2016, but it received a big update in April 2021, so I decided to include it as well. Only that somehow the 1.5 version is only available for the Special Edition and Xbox One. So here we are in the Special Edition. And yeah, looks like one hell of an update. We have it all here, fellas. Missing textures, blackface bug, And believe me, I really tried everything to make this steaming pile of dumpster fires work. I tried installing the previous versions, I also tried using the texture files only from the previous version, because for some reason they are way bigger, but nothing helped. Same result. Also, there are supposed to be 3 fighting guild halls in Skyrim, but no mention of where the hell they are supposed to be. I found this one at Kettler's farm near Solitude. Well, at least it's a fully voice-acted mod.
The guild was established in the Second Era 320 and named the Fighters Guild by the Paarthurnax, back in the days when the Akavari ruled the Empire. Before the foundation of the Fighters Guild, the Empire was crumbling. Royal houses ignored imperial rule and attacked the Empire.
There are actually a lot of dialogue lines, the voice acting is not that bad, and the quests surprisingly work without problems.
You look a little wimpy to me. You may get yourself killed and tarnish the good name of the Fighters Guild.
Oh, aha ha ha, this famous shit again. This guy should be happy I am on a level 3 character in this game and have not done much yet, but imagine him saying this to a dragonborn half-god, master of arcane arts, slayer of Alduin and Mirage and so on. Anyway, the first quest is a generic fetch quest, and after that you will be sent on different simple quests like making deliveries, patrols and taking care of bandits. The description of this mod says that it doesn't matter which guild hall you take the quests from, because in order to progress there is a sort of a hidden points system, and if you reach enough points you will be awarded new ranks and at some point even the chance to become the master of your own Fighters Guild hall. It also says that you get different amount of points depending on how well you complete your assignments. For example, not just killing the bandits who are looting the farms, but also finding the loot they stole. In other words, using your brain and investigating instead of just following the quest markers blindly. If you do things right, you will climb the ranks really fast, but if you do really bad, you will not be able to get the master rank at all.
What?
I have been instructed to reward you according to how well your patrol went. I have been told this reward is suitable for the work you did. Elsif the Fair is a very important client, our local Jarl no less, so it is important we do a good job when working for her.
That kind of quest design actually does sound really interesting, and that mod would have been really good if it wasn't for the graphical problems and if it had some more custom assets and decorations here and there. Next we go to a different kind of guild. The next mod is Isabel and the Adventurers Guild. This one is located near Markers. Nice and roomy interior and also fully voice-acted NPCs, even the side characters.
Well, there is. You looking for a job or just looking? Oh yeah, this is dangerous work, stranger. Most people can't handle it.
And this again, was I about to say, but actually this quest mod handles this topic exactly the other way around. Here people seem to quickly recognize who you are and what you are capable of.
I can't just partner you up with a regular group and make you split the money. Worst case scenario, they tried to kill you to keep the loot for themselves.
The approach here is really funny actually. The members in this guild are not the usual battle-hardened badasses we usually get, but actually kinda average, normal people. Some of the side characters actually have some funny voice lines in that direction. So to prevent you from stealing the show and all the goodies, obviously, you get stuck on somewhat of a babysitting job with an adventurer called Isabel. And I already see where the marketing problem with this mod is. Isabel is the main attraction next to the guild itself, because she becomes another custom voice follower at some point. However, this is what she looks like on the screenshots. Yes, obviously not many people will click on something like this. Fortunately, however, there is a replacer by Pandorable. Yes, that's more like it. Now we are sure to get some clicks.
Hello? Yes, that's me. Did Azuk send you?
That's so exciting! I've been waiting for a job for ages. I'm pretty good at magic, so you won't have to worry about me. I don't even want the money, really, so don't worry about that. My family really didn't want me to come to Skyrim, but there's no unexplored ruins in Cyrodiil, so I really had to... Oh, sorry, am I rambling?
So you will be sent on a couple of simple fetch quests, nothing sweat-breaking for the Dragonborn of course. The Guildmaster hopes that Isabel will get scared once she sees the dangers of the adventurous life and will give up on it. But the treasure hunting action has the exact opposite effect on her.
That was exhilarating! Wow, what a rush, you know? And check out the artifact. Based on these markings, I'd say it's definitely Second Era. Not bad. To find something like this in Cyrodiil, you'd have to go to a museum.
Looks like a really fun quest, to be honest. It's nothing extraordinary, but that makes it kinda realistic. You know, not everything has to evolve into a world-threatening scenario. It's okay to see a normal quest once in a while, as a nice side activity. The next quest mod is a bit more extraordinary though. I dreamt a dream this night, is what it's called. It starts here in Solitude, where we have to talk to this Paarthurnax fellow. That's strange, actually. This mod is supposed to be fully voiced. There is even a comment where the author says they forgot to include the voice lines, but it looks like it has not been properly updated yet. I tried both the loose and the BSA version, but the result is the same, except that the BSA version crashes at some point later on. Too bad really, the dialogue is brunchy and has some jokes in it. Anyway, this guy's master had some sleeping problems, so he bought some kind of weird potion, and now he is unable to wake up. Also, Paarthurnax is busy because he has to buy fish and chips, har har har. So we have to talk to this woman about the potion. Milona the Gypsy. Don't you mean the Red Guard? Oh help, my immersion is breaking. Her dialogue lines are silent too, by the way, and she has a skin mismatch. That might be something on my side though, can't say for sure. Well, it's not important, we drink the potion and boom! We can now fall asleep and connect our dreams to the dreams of that Herald's guy. The dream world is apparently like the internet, as I always suspected.
The deal is done. My landed estate has grown to triple the size in just 4 years. I am now, perhaps, the most wealthy farmer in Western Skyrim. I have no knowledge of agriculture, but fortunately, it is not required. No, money and law. Money and law. That is the only knowledge that counts in this world.
Ah, there it is, the voice acting. You will come across those memory bits as you progress, so you will be able to learn the backstory of that guy. The progression is not that easy though, because the dream world is very mazy and non-linear. Also, this mod does not have quest markers, so there is a lot of exploring and backtracking involved. Also, sometimes you will come across really buff enemies, which you can however avoid by sneaking, in case you are not on a high-level character. Sometimes the fights can be really tough. Overall, a really decent mod. The dream world is quite big and has different surreal themes, if you don't mind the sometimes extremely mazy level design. And of course, the missing voice lines should be fixed eventually, but other than that, it's a nice mod. The next quest mod is the Grand Paladin. It says here this one is a remake, in case it seems familiar to you. I have not heard of it before though. To start you need to read a book either located in the Bard's College or in the Skull Village Grand Hall. This will lead you to Arkwind's Points and from there to the Arkwind's Monastery. The level design in this mod is absolutely stunning. The dungeons look fantastic and deliver a great atmosphere. There are quest markers for this mod, but it's still not that easy to get through this. The complexity of the dungeons is high because it has a lot of elevation, so it takes a bit to figure out how to get to places. Once you get through this dungeon, you get to a place called Cloud's Reach. Wait, that sounds familiar. Didn't we already... no wait, that was the Cloud Ruler Temple, never mind. But let me once again point out how breathtaking the locations of this mod are. The amount of detail here is just wow. This is not the only thing that will take your breath away though, because this place is like a tower, and to get to the top you have to complete the Trials of the Dragonborn. And this is no easy task. This mod is meant to be like a challenge for beefy endgame characters, so the enemies are really tough and hit really hard. You will have to give it all to survive in those arena-like fights. Okay, the next mod is really badass. There is no Umbra, Chapter 2. First of all, don't panic, Chapter 1 is included in this too. I'm saying this because I found no separate Chapter 1 on the Nexus. So, to get started you can read this book at Farengar's table. It tells us the story how Umbra got reborn into Dumbra, interesting name, and a guy called Alf's Sealos who wanted to reforge the sword so it's not evil anymore.
Well now, there's a name I haven't heard in some time. Correct, down in the Midden. Can you tell me more about what you're looking for? I've heard the stories, the same as anyone else. It was all before my time, you understand.
This is just some optional dialogue to add some lore. The real action takes place at the Ethereum Forge. Well, it should. The problem is that the book is not there if you took it before. This mod edits the vanilla Forge manual book and adds some text into it, so if you took it before, it obviously won't be there. Well, you don't really need it to advance the quest, you can just combine an Iron Dagger and a Daedra Heart at the forge, and tada! You get, not the sword, but a diary of that guy. Would have been too easy, right? So next we go to this altar and... ah yes, there it is, in plain sight. No, that's not the sword either, it's just a monument of it, rolled again. To get the real Umbra or Dumbra or Dumbledore, we actually have to complete a small dungeon. But it's okay, it's quite fun, lots of Falmer to kill. And finally, there it is, it's the real sword this time.
Finally, I'm finished.
What do you want?
I am not the best in the art of patience.
Yes,
I am the blade.
This is really something. So, Dumbra is a sentient, flying, burning sword, and you actually get her as a follower. Of course, fully voiced with lots of interesting dialogue, also some considering her backstory.
If I can be of assistance, then I will gladly do so.
no, that can't be done.
After he threw me down the sightless pit, you mean? I presume he went back to his pet forge at the College of Winterhold. It was long ago, you see. Love, perhaps, guilt. You mortals are peculiar creatures.
And this is by far not all. There are different models you can choose for the sword during the installation. I went for the purple, very fantasy looking one because I thought it would fit best. There are also several more quests to further add to Umbra's story and decide her fate. Now, I don't want to spoil what exactly is happening in those quests, but there are also choices you can make which will determine the outcome. They are pretty obvious though, don't worry, you can't really mess things up. And in addition to all that, the more quests you complete, the more new abilities you unlock for the sword. You will be able to actually wield it with your own hands, including some very badass custom animations. You will be able to throw it like a spear to impale your enemies and then summon it back to your hand. You will be able to ride on it like on a hoverboard, or like in Perfect World Online. And much more smoking sexy style action. It's really insanely stylish. Really, I didn't expect this mod to be that awesome, but here it is. Okay, but now prepare yourselves, because now it's going to be really spooky. The Legend of Slenderman. That's a mod by Mihail, by the way. It's been a while since we had any quest mods by this modder. So, to start this, we have to talk to this weird woman in the Falkreath Inn.
Terrible, terrible. I saw him leading a child into the dark forest, guiding him with his long arms. I've heard myths. Others have also seen his slender silhouette looking at them through the trees on foggy nights. They call him Slenderman. The damn forest. Children constantly disappear, and nobody listens to me.
So Slenderman is out there kidnapping children, and of course it's up to us to do something about it. The disturbing part is, however, to craft a key to his domain, we have to wander around in the dark forests at night and collect skulls of children he killed. I mean, you don't have to do this during the night, of course, but I thought it would be better for the right atmosphere and— What the hell? Already? Well, maybe it's not such a good idea to do this during the night and rain. Anyway, after the key is crafted, we use it on this spooky statue to get an invitation scroll, which allows us to enter Slenderman's realm. Of course, also a super spooky place. It's kinda like a mix of Silent Hill and Resident Evil atmosphere, all accompanied by equally spooky sound effects. We have to use those altars to summon the spirit of the innocent. It will give us some lore about this place and also clues on how to advance. At some point he will summon the spirit of a dog, who will lead us around this place to different, also very spooky locations. There we have to collect notes left there by Slenderman himself. Ah! What the hell are those things? No! Go away! Christ! I think I had enough of this mod. Wait, where's the dog? The dog is gone! It left without me? Shit, where? Where do I go next? Where am I? Oh no, now there are creepy children ghosts. Wait, is this it? Is this the exit? Oh no, it's blocked! How do I get out? Let me out! Okay, I'm not sure how, but somehow I got away. The next mod is Isle of Artaeum, or how I like to call it, Isle of Artem. This is also originally an older mod involving the mysterious Psijic Order. I reviewed an early version of the first part of it back in episode 83. They call those parts seasons, and this one includes all 3 seasons and concludes the storyline. So in other words, this mod has been updated a lot since then. In my last review, the buildings, for example, looked like generic Skyrim huts. I'm glad that that has been updated. But the improvements are not just visual. At this point, this mod became a huge DLC-sized adventure with lots of content. Many quests to complete, over 100 new unique spells to learn, and many locations to visit. There are actually 3 new world spaces: Artaeum, Odrion, and even Somerset. You will unlock them by progressing through the story. It starts pretty much where it left off with the College of Winterhold, the Eye of Magnus.
Yes, it is! After the College of Winterhold discovered it beneath Sarthal, Coroner and 2 others brought it here. I hear things got very messy. The Master decided that it should be kept here at the core of Artaeum. You probably noticed that it has some sort of gravitational pull.
And later on you will be able to join the Psychic Order itself, study and graduate at the Magic Academy and so on. There are also some decisions you have to make along the way with different outcome for the Order and all that. The mod is really a legitimate DLC experience. The only thing that could be a bit negative are for one that some locations seem a bit empty, which is fully understandable considering the size of this mod. And the other thing is that the NPCs are not 100% voiced, but still have the vanilla greetings.
Need something?
Not very often, since all of us are veteran members of the Psychic Order. Henrik is probably a good place to start.
Nevertheless, it's definitely an adventure you don't want to miss, especially if you like magic-related mods. The next mod, however, is centered around orcs. It's called Orcs Become Chief of the Stronghold of Vosh Krazak. And this is the problem: I am not an orc. So, for the sake of this review, I shall make a sacrifice and change the nature of my very being. Yeah. Now I know why I never play as an orc, but whatever. So the quest should trigger automatically as you walk around these parts as an orc, and very soon after...
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only.
We have sent a challenge to the chieftain of Vosh Krazak, or as the Nords call it, Baelgulch Mine. The orc chief pussied out though and didn't want to fight one-on-one, so unfortunately we have to kill everything. It's optional to get a friend orc to help, but I think I have everything I need right here. So let's go and pay a visit to this guy. Also, I should probably talk like an orc now.
Me smash you head with big bone sword. Be strong, you not. You big level no matter. I smash you dead. Now me go talk to statue. Wait, what happened? Where me go? Oh, now we see. Statue make time go. Now me big chief of tribe. Me have many wife and strong friend orc. Also me can go get more orc to grow tribe and mine deep to hammer and get many goals. Let's recruit.
Welcome, child of Malakath. Your kin bids you welcome to our stronghold. Nah, I don't think so. I don't want to end up as the third wife of some lowly chieftain. How can I argue with that?
Some orc come fast, some need bomb to head. Me happy, me tribe big and strong, mod good, very like.
Don't worry, I'm back to normal now. As you can see, I'm just sitting here at home, chilling. Wrong, I'm not chill at all, and that's because the last mod is Abya, another huge new lands mod. This one is originally a Spanish mod, but fortunately there is an English translation patch. So as you can see, somebody sent us a job offer with a huge reward promise. So we head over to El Skiver Travieso and talk to Captain Vielker or something like that.
No tengo mensajeros, por eso estoy en esta taberna. Difundir la información aquí basta para que muchos se enteren. Pero en fin, ya estás aquí, así que hablemos de negocios.
And this quest mod is fully voiced, but obviously the NPCs will still talk in Espanol. I mean, if there are subtitles, I really don't mind if they talk in a different language, be it Japanese or Spanish or whatever. I do, however, mind if something like this here happens.
El capitán me dijo que esperaba solo uno. Debo pedirte que despidas a tu compañía, o diles que te esperen dentro de la ciudadela si quieres que te lleve.
Okay, you don't have to yell at me. Kopol, sorry buddy, but it looks like I have to do this one alone. There is even kinda a cutscene as you get on the boat, similar to how you arrive in Solstheim. Arr, she be a mighty vessel we have here. Once you are on board and the ship departs, you will actually feel and see it moving. See your hair wave in the wind. It's a really nice effect, immersive as hell. You can explore the ship a bit or go to sleep to advance. However, if you do that, be prepared for another ear rape. It goes on like that for a while, but pretty soon, well, you can probably guess what's happening next. Yeah, it looks like they forgot to translate this message here, but it is pretty obvious. A heavy storm approaches, and the captain sends us to check the ropes.
Tengo una tarea para ti. Los cabos que sujetan la vela pueden soltarse con el viento. Ve y revisa. Disculpe, su excelencia. Te recuerdo que estás trabajando, así que ve allá afuera a revisar.
Once you are on deck, walking is actually hard because of how heavy the storm is. Even more immersion. This guy here is supposed to help us, and he thinks he is a real pro. Let's see how this works out for him.
Ven, sígueme. Te enseñaré cómo es que se hace. Luego tú sigues con el resto.
Wahaha! Look at that idiot! Yeah, that happens if you don't pay attention. Wait, what? Yes, I guess it can happen to us too. And we can't go back on board. This is awesome. The only thing that's missing is a game over screen and a smart-ass loading screen advice. And we have pretty much reached modern-day gaming levels. The captain isn't very impressed though.
¿Y qué propones? ¿Crees que solo podemos girar y buscarlo? No pondré en riesgo toda la tripulación y la carga por una sola persona. Así que te lo preguntaré una vez más. ¿Los cabos están firmes?
Unfortunately, you have to finish the job you started, but it doesn't matter really, because pretty soon, yes, you guessed it, this happens. Those skips, by the way, aren't my editing. This is what actually happens as you play. It's an effect sometimes used in movies to visually show that the person is in a state of shock and is experiencing mental micro-blackouts. And as you manage to get to shore, you pass out from exhaustion. Immersion, overload, brain, boom.
Walk. Walk. Walk.
And this is how we get to Abya. Fortunately, the natives found and saved us. The potion they gave us also allows us to understand their language.
No encontramos a más nadie con vida, solo tú, Kaaran. Kaaran significa el que visita, pues vienes de algún lugar el cual quisiéramos saber, al igual que el nombre que te den allá. ¿Dragón? ¿Qué es? ¿Acaso una clase de bestia?
And here we are, stranded in a foreign land, among foreign people, lost everything we had. Actually, all our belongings got rescued too, and are in an urn behind the house. But you know what I mean, it's just so cinematic. Seriously, of all the quest mods I reviewed for this episode, this one had the least endorsements, and the screens didn't look like much, so I didn't expect much of it. But I was wrong. By Talos was I wrong. This is one of the best mods I have ever seen. Muy bueno, mis amigos, I'm impressed. And this is it for this episode. The links to all mods are as always in the description below. Don't forget to endorse the mods you like. And if you like awesome DLC size mods, hit the like button and subscribe for more best new Skyrim mods. Thank you all for watching and see you around.